Podcasts all in one.
It's time for Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan.
Just call me Swanee.
Tiger style. Tiger style.
Finally, Clemson Sports Talk has come back to Drive Time. Hello, everybody. Lawton Swan back in the saddle once again. It is the show that shakes the Southland. Clemson Sports Talk for you each and every afternoon as you make your way around the great state of South Carolina and beyond, listening to us on incredible radio stations like Fox Sports Radio 1400 the Midlands and around the world on the iHeart Radio application. Well, that was unexpected, but maybe shouldn't be expected given the fact that Clemson's offense has not played well all season long. The Tigers go up to Raleigh. They take on the Wolfpack. They come home losers, double overtime, 27-21. NC State licking their chops, smell blood in the water. I said it all last week. You knew they were going to give you their best shot. And Clemson, time after time offensively, continued to sputter. We'll talk a whole lot more about that here on the program today. Plus, we'll take your phone calls and more. So, again, a loaded show this afternoon. William Qualkenbush set to join us in hour number 2. Clemson now 2-2. They fall to number 19 in the coaches poll. They fall all the way to number 25 in the AP poll, and yet somehow are still 15-point favorites at home this weekend against Boston College, which tells me one thing. That is that as bad as it has been for Clemson this year offensively, there are still a lot of people in Vegas that believe that when the things get going good, the good things are going to just keep going and rolling for your Clemson Tigers. But they've got to figure that out. Again, Dabo Swinney after the game, obviously disappointed. I would happily play that audio for you, except for the fact that there were connectivity issues, of which I'm not so sure Clemson wasn't excited to have. And there is some audio that's out there. You can go over to our YouTube channel if you're a subscriber. Go ahead and go check that out. Or if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and do that, because we want you to subscribe to not only get the show, but we're going to be putting their audio up over there as well as on our website, ClemsonSportsTalk.com. But we do have audio from Dabo Swinney and his teleconference yesterday. Some good news on the injury front for Will Shipley, some bad news on the injury front for Bryan Bresee, and a whole lot more for you here on the program, including Dabo Swinney standing up for Tony Elliott. But without further ado, we'll hit it out to Coach Dabo Swinney, his teleconference yesterday with the media, giving us his thoughts after being able to see some of the film of Clemson's loss at NC State.
Disappointing day yesterday in Raleigh. Again, congratulations to NC State. Incredibly difficult loss. Double overtime, but proud of the effort, proud of the will to win, and how they just kind of hung in there. Obviously, we really played poor in some areas and a lot of issues, but we still had a chance to win, and that's a credit to our players and their will to win. And they never quit, never gave up, and so really proud of that. But that's 2 losses now away from Clemson here, and both games, a few inches away, a couple plays, and we've got to learn how to win those games and to overcome. But biggest thing, just really poor discipline with 13 penalties, and we got a hurting team. We got a lot of guys beat up, but at the end of the day, you coach this game long enough, you play it long enough, you're gonna have some hardship, and that's where we are. We've got to learn, and we got to teach them how to win. my life has taught me that great things come from adversity and challenges along the way. And, I don't, it's those things that shape us and grow us. And I don't have any doubt, this team is made of the right stuff and will respond.
Again, Dabo Swinney yesterday during his Sunday teleconference, and they do have to respond. An undefeated Boston College team coming into Death Valley for the second year in a row. And you'll remember last season, it was DJ Uiagalelei's first start as Trevor Lawrence was out with COVID-19 issues and being in the protocol. And because of that, DJ had to start, found his way to a victory, had to fight a little come from behind action. But Jeff Hafley up at Boston College, we've told you how much we respect the job that he's done. Again, they are 4-0. And for Clemson, you're already now trailing. And this is the strange thing about it. Here we are in September, and Clemson is not in first place in the ACC Atlantic Division. You got to have NC State lose at least 2 games. And, buddy, if you want to play in Charlotte in the ACC championship game, guess what? You can't afford any more losses. I mean, at this point, look, I know that many of you are like, let's just salvage the season. Many of you are probably jumping off of the bandwagon. Swinney, by the way, addressed some of that as well in this press conference last night or during his teleconference last night. But the fact remains, this Clemson Tiger football team, if they were to lose this weekend to BC, this past weekend's lost to NC State. I think, barring some incredible craziness in the world of college football in 2021, absolutely ends any chance that you make a 7th consecutive appearance in the college football playoff, right? There's got to be a lot of things that change in order for you to get there. But if you want to get to the ACC championship game, you cannot afford any more losses in conference. And Dabo Swinney certainly knows that.
We've been here before. We've had a lot of success, a lot of great moments, and our best moments are still out in front of us. And we've got a lot more great moments ahead. But, our program was built through and from adversity, over the last 12 years or so. So we've been here before. We started out 2-3 in 2009 and played for the championship. 6 wins in 10. And, we started out 8-0 in 11 and then lost 4 out of 6 and gave up 70 in a bowl game. And 2013, we got killed by Florida State, lost 5 in a row to South Carolina. So we've had a lot of adversity over the years. And then in 2014, even, we started off 1-2, lost at Georgia, lost in overtime there at Florida State, and started out 1-2 and rallied and had a heck of a finish. And that's really what we have to focus on at this point. The season's not over in September. We've just always stayed the course. And again, after starting 1-2 in 14, we went on a 5-year run, unprecedented in college football. And again, just continuing to learn and grow. And, but we're in a spot right now that we haven't been in a while. But just like always, we'll respond. And, you get back to the basics and fundamentals of what we do. And again, just know that, this is part of it. We got some areas where we're not playing very well. We got some youth in some areas. We got some injuries, and that's just all part of this game. But hey, God He doesn't promise us that we're not going to have adversity in our life. He just promises that He'll go through it with us. And again, we're all hurting, but we've got to learn, own our mistakes, keep our head up, keep the faith, and just don't lose our identity in a bad moment. And that's what this is, a bad moment. But I also know from my life that all things work together for good. I know that too. And, so this is, again, a tough spot to be in, but this might be one of the greatest opportunities that we've had in quite a while to lead and teach our young men a lot. And so that's my focus. Again, just circle the wagons, rally everybody up. And, this story ain't over, man. We got a long season ahead, and our focus is just trying to win a game this week.
As for the injuries, we mentioned Brian Brzee, of course, went down with an injury during the ball game. Looked like it was going to be an ACL. Ends up that's the case. And then Will Shipley also went down with what appeared to be an ACL injury. Here's what Coach Swinney had to say about those 2 guys and where their health is moving forward.
Injury front, obviously Brzee tore his ACL. We did get some great news on Will Shipley. He did not tear his ACL, so he will be back. somewhere in the next few weeks. So that's a huge plus for us. We were not optimistic there, but we got, again, some guys beat up from the game, but hopefully everybody will be able to go this week and get back at it.
So again, Bryan Bresee going to be out for the year, and we've got some more on Bresee coming up. But here's how Swinney explained what went on with Will Shipley and his injury on Saturday.
It was kind of his, more kind of like his shin, tibial area or something. But he'll probably be on crutches here for a couple weeks, and then kind of work back in after that as far as just his rehab and all that. So could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks. I'm not really sure, but all I know is he's going to be back at some point.
So some good news on that front. The bad news also in the ball game was the fact that this Clemson defense, which really, again, continued to play very well, keeping the Wolfpack really at bay and giving this Clemson Tiger offense a chance to stay in the ball game, had some undisciplined moments, some bad penalties, and Dabo Swinney was asked about that and how the defense not necessarily let this group down. I don't think anybody would believe that, but just how this defense sort of faltered at points in this ball game against the Wolfpack. Now, in fairness, they were on the field for 40-some-odd minutes of the game. Clemson's offense got little to nothing done, in all honesty. But here's what Coach Swinney was sort of disappointed in from the standpoint of what the defense did do on the gridiron.
Yeah, I was just really disappointed. We had some critical penalties, a couple of them that, just kind of went against us that just was frustrating. But, the discipline penalties, killed us in extended drives, because that obviously was, we couldn't get them off the field. They weren't getting a lot of points, but they were staying on the field with a lot of third down conversions and just wearing us down because we couldn't get off. And then offensively, we weren't staying on, and kind of a double-edged sword there. But again, our guys battled through it. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like every time it was 7 or 8 yards, they were hard counting us and we were jumping, even on 4th and 3. And that's just not, and it just, just sometimes I think guys are in the moment and they're trying to do too much, and very, very disappointed with that for sure. And that was, again, led to them being able to really be efficient, and keep the chains moving and convert, 3rd and shorts as opposed to 3rd and longs.
Again, Dabo Swinney's comments here on Clemson Sports Talk. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. We're still got our goal. We're still going to try to get to 1,000 by Game 6. Doesn't help that Clemson got beat this weekend again, 27-21 against the Wolfpack. That Clemson Tiger offense continues to struggle. Dabo Swinney has said in the past, though, it's not about the effort and everything that these guys have. It really just comes down to a lot of the little things. And he was asked about, what gives him the feeling that this group on offense will be able to get things back together, or maybe a better terminology would be to say getting things back to good.
When you got good people that care, and it's important to them, then, you're going to, and you got talented people, then you can get it turned around. And, they're just a bunch right now that's not playing with, a lot of confidence, and fundamentals are not anywhere what they need to be. And that's nobody's fault but mine. It's all, my responsibility. So, but we got great kids. We got a bunch of good people, and again, that care. It's important to them. They're passionate about it. I mean, to even be in a game like that and have a chance to win, again, they just never quit. They're all the way to the end. I mean, again, and they made a couple of plays inches, and we missed a couple of plays by inches, and that's a difference in a game like that. Same thing in the Georgia game, So that's where we are. And again, we've been here before. I understand that everybody's disappointed. You best believe nobody's more disappointed than the people on this team and on this staff. But again, everything in our past is teaches us, for the future, and prepares us for the future. And we've been here. It's not like we've been a program that's never had any adversity and everything's been always perfect. Even though we've had some incredible moments along the way, but we've always, stayed the course and built our program. And this program is built on rock. It's built the right way, and we'll respond. And we're not immune to having bad moments. We're not immune to. We're not entitled to win the league. We're not entitled to go to the playoff and all those type of things. And again, we got a talented team, and we're not where we thought we would be right now. And there's not anything we can do about that other than just keep grinding, keep working, and that's what we're going to do. It's what I've always done. There's no quit. There's no give up. We're going back to work this week, and we're going to try to circle the wagons and see if we can just win a game. Just win a game this week and go from there.
So again, it is unfamiliar territory for your Clemson Tigers. 2-2 now out of the gates here in September. The streaks of 10 consecutive wins per season, the streaks of being in the top 25. I mean, all of these things are now on the line this weekend against an undefeated Boston College team. And I mean, it is just so unusual because of how good these guys have been. And Swinney was asked, what is it like to have to give a different message to players who have been so accustomed to a high level of success while they've been in Tiger Town?
Yeah, well, that's what I said earlier. It's a great. Sometimes you have a better opportunity to teach and lead these young men in a moment like this. We haven't had many of these opportunities. Haven't had many of these moments. So we love them. We teach them. We pick them up, and it's not always going to be perfect. That's why you got to enjoy that's why I always make a big deal about any game that we win. It's a big deal. And, all these great seasons that we've had for a long, long time, man, I never take them for granted. And, but again, all that we've been through since 2009, gives me great confidence because we're a whole different program than we were in 2009. But we've been here before. We've been in this exact same spot. Again, it's been a while, all the way back to 2014, to start out 1-2, and this obviously we're 2-2, but the same type of disappointment, the same type of pain. We had our best player got hurt that year. We've got several players hurt this year, but that group responded, and this group will respond as well.
Sorry, Debbie, you said that I think it was like a week and a half ago, maybe you said that the offensive issues were purely execution related. I'm just curious now, do you feel like do you feel like you need to take a deeper look at the scheme or play calling, or you think that's fine?
Oh, I think we look at everything when you're struggling and not doing well, but our number one problem is execution. There's no question about that. We're just fundamentally not getting it done where we need to, and we certainly, it's a combination of all those things, but I got to get them better. We should be better than what we're playing, and it's my job to make sure we get it done and improve. And we've got, again, a lot of new pieces, and some guys not playing as well as they're capable of, or missed assignment here or there, just sync and rhythm and all those type of things. We just haven't been able to get that in any form or fashion. But it's a combination of everything. We all got to do a better job.
We've all got to do a better job. The words of Dabo Swinney again yesterday afternoon during his teleconference with the media. He was also asked a little bit more to go in depth about how Bryan Bresee is dealing with his ACL injury, which you mentioned earlier. And he was asked about Tony Elliott and the coordinating position and how not just fans, but even RG3, Robert Griffin III, had some harsh criticisms on the broadcast of Tony Elliott. We'll give you some of that info and much more here on the program. On a Monday afternoon, it is Clemson Sports Talk rolling along. Keep it locked here, not only on Fox Sports Radio 1400 in the Midlands and around the world on the iHeartRadio app, but stay with us if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Go hit that subscribe button right now. We'll be right back.
Now, Columbia's most dependable traffic, sponsored by Pope Davis Tire and Automotive, home of the best tire prices in Columbia, guaranteed. Fox Sports Radio 1400 traffic.
An accident on Percival at I-77. Also, a wreck on Ohio Street at Whitney Street. If you're stuck, use the 103.5 FM WVOC traffic tip line 343-1055.
This report is sponsored by Ensure Max Protein. Try great tasting Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients to support immune health. Those who tried Ensure Max Protein reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. For more information, including consumer survey details, please visit Ensure.com.
Our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, the ultimate once-in-a-lifetime music event, is coming to the CW.
Let's get it started.
The biggest stars from all genres of music share one stage.
Billie Eilish,
Cheap Trick,
Coldplay, Darius Rucker,
Dua Lipa,
J. Cole,
Journey,
Khalid, Lil Baby, Nelly,
Sam Hunt,
Weezer,
with special guests,
Florida Georgia Line, Walker Hayes.
Performances you've never seen before and will never see again.
The 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Watch this Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. on Columbia's CW.
Are you in the market for a diamond but aren't sure what to get? For example, do you buy a mine diamond or are you thinking about lab grown? Hey, this is Scott with Traditions Fine Jewelers, and we want to help you decide because at Traditions, we carry a large selection of both mined and lab grown diamonds. A mine diamond is traditional. It was formed in the earth millions of years ago and was discovered and cut specifically for you. The idea of getting something discovered and cut just for you is so romantic, it can make the start of your forever together ring unforgettable. A lab-grown diamond is just what it says, a diamond grown in the laboratory that has all the same characteristics as a mine diamond. It's graded just like a mine diamond, and the FTC has even ruled that lab-grown diamonds should be called diamonds because that's what they are. What's great about lab is that you can get a much larger size lab-grown diamond for the same price of a mine diamond, and getting a larger stone is very attractive to many people. Traditions Fine Jewelers staff is ready to help you find the perfect diamond just for you, mined or lab grown. Traditions Fine Jewelers, where the Midlands get engaged.
There are a lot of exciting things happening this fall. It's time to focus on what's important and think less about what's for dinner or when you can stop at the store. Luckily, HelloFresh delivers everything you need, like a choice of 50 menu and market options every week. It doesn't hurt that it's 30% cheaper than grocery shopping. Plus, there's fresh produce in every box. HelloFresh has a ton of quick and easy recipes, which are everything on busy weeknights. Pre-portioned and measured ingredients save time too, so you can actually sit down to enjoy meals after a long day of work. And dinner is just the beginning. Add grab-and-go breakfasts, afternoon treats, and more easy extras to your order, so every snack emergency is taken care of ASAP. With HelloFresh on the menu, you can savor every second and every bite. Go to HelloFresh.com/volume14 and use code volume14 for up to 14 free meals, plus free shipping. That's code volume14 for 14 free meals at HelloFresh.com/volume14.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
For 60 years now, the Federation Center of the Blind has been making a difference in the lives of visually impaired South Carolinians through its innovative services. You can help them continue their important work by calling 803-254-3777 or emailing nfbsc@sc.rr.com.
Follow Clemson Sports Talk on Twitter at Clemson Sports. Now more of Clemson Sports Talk. Take it away, Dad.
Back at it on a Monday afternoon, the show that shakes the Southland, Clemson Sports Talk. Hey, we're on Twitter at Clemson Sports. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, or you can go to this address, tinyurl.com/Clemson Sports TV, and subscribe today. Help us get there. Help us reach our goal. Push us forward. Even in the midst of a 2-2 start, you can push us forward. Again, Dabo Swinney's teleconference yesterday with the media. I'd love to play some of the stuff after the game, as I mentioned, but it is just not great quality audio. I don't know if it was A, NC State's Wi-Fi. I don't know if it was B, Clemson's, and I'm using some air quotes here, gremlins in the system, because I'll tell you, Brian Hennessy and Ross Taylor, two of the SIDs for Clemson, said, are there more questions for Coach about almost after every single question at times. I think they were ready to get on the plane and get home after that 27-21 loss this past weekend to the Wolfpack of NC State. But questions about play calling have continued to exist, and harsh criticisms, including Robert Griffin III calling Clemson's offense, quote, archaic during the contest. Dabo Swinney was asked about that and, how he's feeling about Tony Elliott.
Well, I can tell you this. There's nobody that I believe in more trust or respect than Tony Elliott. This guy didn't just forget football. That's for sure. Just like when we had some bad moments on defense and, with a little bit of youth and things like that over the last couple of years, I say the same thing about Brent. Tony Elliott is he's special. He's special. And I'm not really concerned what other people think, to be quite honest with you. I'm here every day. I know who the people are that are involved. I know what the issues are. And, it's disappointing. But you don't judge somebody on, we've been really, really, really good offensively here for a long time. And I think people are quick to forget that. This has been a tough start for sure. But, again, we got a lot of pain, but there's purpose in the pain, and we'll get better from it. People can splinter or stay together. And, I'd say tough times brings out the best in some people and the worst in others. And you kind of find out who's with you. It's easy to be all in when everything's great. But we got to persevere through this. But there's nobody, and I mean nobody, that I believe in more than Tony. So that's really the biggest thing I can say. He's a brilliant man. He's a brilliant coach.
So there you go, the words of Dabo Swinney on Tony Elliott, which is not going to make a lot of Clemson Tiger fans excited. Look, fan, short for fanatic. Yes, you guys are going to be excitable when Clemson's winning. You're going to be miserable when Clemson's losing. And criticisms from fans are going to be harsh. And certainly they have been for Coach Tony Elliott. Dabo Swinney was also asked about those fans that maybe jumping off of the bandwagon. It's real easy when Clemson's cruising to the college football playoff, when Clemson's the creme de la creme in college football, to stay right there in with them. And Dabo Swinney said, oh, yeah, he knows there'll be a lot of people leaving. And guess what? Those people weren't all in anyway.
Oh, there'll be a bunch jump off the bandwagon. But I wouldn't say they were all in anyway. So, when you the type of winning that we've had for a long time, it's everybody likes a winner. Again, there'll be some that certainly will judge us in this moment, and that's just a product of all the success that we've had here for a long, long time. And we all understand that we're not playing to anywhere near our capabilities or to the standard that we have set here, and nobody accepts that. But we also, have the right perspective and know where we are, know what we got to do, know where we're going. And again, you got to take the good with the bad. And it's been a ton of good around here, man. I think we got the winningest road record in the country, and we've won a lot of games on the road, a lot of great moments, and that one didn't go well. And again, a hard-fought double overtime game, and had a chance to the end on a night where we just really was terrible in so many areas. But man, our guys kept fighting, and as long as you have that, you can get better, and we'll do that. But the majority of our fans, man, they're all in, and there's no doubt about that. And again, the season ain't over in September. Got a long way to go.
One other issue that's sort of come to light as well with Will Shipley being hurt is the fact that Lynn J. Dixon transferred or got in the transfer portal and be leaving the program. Obviously, Ches Malusi's already gone. And Sweeney was asked, hey, does this make you reevaluate using the portal?
Well, that doesn't have anything to do. Those guys have nothing to do with our roster number. I mean, we were above our number at D tackle. You know, I mean, we were above our number. You know, we have a number at every position, and above our number at running back. Our number's 5. You know, we're not going to have 10 running backs on scholarship here. That's not. You can't do anything about injuries. You know, we have a number at every position, and that's how we manage the roster and recruit to. But, you know, because every scholarship counts. And again, all those guys were replaced from a number standpoint. So, you know, it's just unfortunate that we've had some injuries, but everybody has that. And you take what you got and see if you can go beat the other team with it.
Sweeney was also asked how Brian Brazil was dealing with the situation of being out the rest of the year.
Oh, he's great. You know, I think Brian's got great perspective. His sister's been battling cancer for a while now, and since last spring, and I think that's given him a great perspective on you know, his situation. And you know, we'll have the ACL surgery, and he's actually going to clean up some stuff on his shoulder too while we're at it. Something we were going to probably do after the season. So. But, you know, get him back, and he's got plenty of time to get well. And, you know, post-spring, once we really start our off-season stuff, he'll be, you know, our summer planning and all that, he'll be full go and ready to get back at it. Just appreciate him, his effort. I mean, what an unbelievable player he is. And, I mean, just incredible leader. And don't have any doubt when we get him back out there and see him again, he'll be better than ever.
We'll hit a quick break. Stay with us here for more of the show that shakes the Southland. You're listening to Clemson Sports Talk.
Imagine a disease that can hurt any part of your body, like your joints, heart, kidneys. Your immune system becomes so hyperactive that it attacks instead of protects. That's lupus. You don't look sick, so no one knows you feel awful. You also may know someone who has it. Join us for Lupus Research Alliance's virtual Many One Can. Walk with us to cure lupus, October 2nd at noon. No one can cure it alone, but many one can. Visit walk.lupusresearch.org to register now.
When a community grows, its hospital should grow too. And that's just what we're doing at Lexington Medical Center. We recently launched the largest hospital expansion project in South Carolina history. Our new 10-story patient tower will help us take better care of patients, including the tiniest infants who need special attention. It will also make room for the growing number of patients who need surgery and intensive care. At Lexington Medical Center, our mission to serve our community never wavers. We're here when you need us today, and we'll be there when you need us tomorrow.
Are you ready to see every Fixer Upper episode ever? Now you can on Discovery Plus. Stream every demo and every design from the show that started it all. Plus, design and remodeling pros Chip and Joe are back with fresh ideas for turning outdated homes into innovative living spaces. In the new series, Fixer Upper Welcome Home, new challenges, stunning home transformations, and every episode from the beginning. Get it all for just $4.99. The streaming home of Fixer Upper and so much more, exclusively with Discovery Plus. Start your free trial today.
It's fall, y'all. Stay cool with this Wilson'sAir.com weather update.
Tonight's temperatures will dip down to the low 60s under clear skies. Tomorrow, bright and sunny. The highs topping out in the upper 80s. For Channel 25 ABC Columbia, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Farley.
This report is sponsored by South Carolina Education Lottery. Check out $1 Million Bonus Match, the new $10 scratch-off with a top prize of $1 million. But wait, there's more. Enter any non-winning tickets into the second chance promotion for another chance to win $1 million. See SCEducationLottery.com for game odds and details.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission.
Hello, how are you doing today?
She wants more people to register as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor? Yes, I am. Yay!
My goal is to sign up the most people in the United States.
What drives her? Roxanne's own life was saved through the gift of a heart transplant, made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day that I was going to devote myself to the cause of organ donation and signing people up and honoring my donor by doing that.
Now she's back to health, and she's a powerful force helping to save lives every day through her work. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life.
8 people can be helped with the major organs, and up to 50 people can be helped with a little bit of everything. And when you think about it that way, that you could help that many people, it's amazing. It really is.
Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com.
Stay focused. Now that's a major key alert.
Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio, Fox Attitude. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio, 1400.
It is the show that shakes the Southland, Clemson Sports Talk. Lawton Swan with you on a Monday afternoon. Coming up, William Qualkenbush again. Thank you for being a part of the program. Thank you. Thank you as well for subscribing to the show. Trying to figure out why we're not having a little sending to the studio here. Let me see. That's not what I want. All right, let's see if that got us rocking and rolling. Oh, yeah. There we go. Phew. That's better. 803-450-0086. All right, so apologize for that little delay for everybody joining us again on a Monday afternoon. William Qualkenbush coming up in just a little bit. So where do you go from here? We heard from Dabo Swinney. Obviously, today we also heard from Tony Elliott. We'll get some of that audio for you coming up in hour number 2. Yes, there has to be major concerns. And I went back and I watched all of the offensive plays again. And you would think, you would say, Swanee, why would you torture yourself doing such a thing? Well, quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to it. I mean, that was probably one of the biggest issues that Clemson had, not just in this ball game, but has had this entire season. The offense has been so out of rhythm. They can't generate or get anything going to the point of allowing themselves to get in rhythm. And that, to me, is one of, I would say, one of the biggest indicators of just how bad it's been. They can't get out of their own way long enough to even allow DJ to get into a rhythm. Like, you watch the game back and you watch the plays and the possessions, and you're astounded at the different issues that continue to crop up. I know the offensive line has had its struggles, and I, like you, am still very much shocked that this is a 2-2 Clemson team. Now, the Georgia game was a toss-up out of the gates anyway. But to watch them struggle, putrid, is how I would define the offense so far this season against Power 5 opponents. Putrid. And a lot of it comes down to the offensive line. Yes, a lot of it comes down to DJ. A lot of it comes down, I think, to Tony Elliott and the scheme. I mean, there's just a lot going on. Like, I've got a 1994 3000 GT that I have had since 1994. And currently, in the condition that it is in, where it has been out in the weather, where it has not been really driven or taken care of, Like, to fix that car up, man, you got to put new tires on it. It needs a new paint job. It needs interior work. It needs engine work. And that's the problem that I see right now with Clemson. Looking at this offense and looking at this team on the offensive side of the ball, to me, gives me the feeling that I get when I look at the 3000 GT sitting in the driveway and I think, man, am I ever going to get around to fixing that bad boy up? And of course, I think no chance because it's too much work. And so with this Clemson football team, I struggle to give you an honest assessment of where to even begin. Several weeks ago, I compared this team and this offense to the Redcoats. Were we just so vanilla that we thought we could waltz in, run our schemes, run our plays, and just out Jimmy and Joe you? And I think maybe Clemson thought that. I think Clemson thought they could out Jimmy and Joe the remaining teams in the ACC. And you could argue that they probably should be able to. Except Jimmy and Joe been studying film as well. And they're better prepared for what you want to do. And if you're Brooks in the movie Shawshank Redemption said you can get busy living or get busy dying. And by all indications, when you look at this Clemson Tiger offense, it feels like they didn't realize that you could actually get busy dying if you're not doing anything. You know, I posed a question to Dabo Swinney last week. Not the brilliant one about Trenton Simpson. No. That one's for the ages. The question I posed him that I thought was a really good one, simply about who have you brought in or where have you sent coaches to get ideas? And you can remember when Clemson would send coaches, and this was again pre-COVID. This is even pre, hey, you're a two-time national champion. I mean, they had coaches going out and learning from different programs, learning from the Oklahomas of the world, learning from, was it Utah? I think was another school Clemson went to at one point to take some notes. And it just feels like all of this. Plus, I mean, at this point, you might even have to lean in on crossing into the realm of, is DJ Uiagalelei, was he overrated as a prospect? And I think, listen, if you want to debate that and argue that in a court of law today, you probably have a pretty good case. He just hasn't lived up to the standard. He looks like the pressure's getting to him. Again, this is the Normalsville edition because that's the way it feels for Clemson Tiger fans. You are a normal college football program today whose only hope to get to the ACC championship is going to take a little bit of luck. To get into the college football playoff is going to take a Christmas miracle. And quite frankly, I don't even know if this is the last of the games you're going to lose. And I'm not even certain that a matchup against a specific chicken-based team in Columbia isn't going to be a heck of a test for you if you don't get things rolling real soon. We'll hit a break. Stay with us for more of the show that shakes the Southland.
Football is back at Platinum West. Catch all the action of Sunday and Monday Pro Football on the big screens, while the ladies run their own plays throughout the club. Saturdays get in free with a game day ticket stub, and Mondays wearing team attire. Mondays also get you in free with your college ID. Enjoy a daily happy hour from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and a full kitchen menu from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Champagne rooms are always available. Platinum West, open daily from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. and 11 a.m. to 6 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. On Facebook at Platinum West.
Fall is a season that's a little in the middle. It's sort of the best of two seasons. It's no longer a sweaty summer, but the winter chill is still around the corner. And that's the perfect time to feed and seed your lawn with Scott's Turf Builder. Even better than spring, because the soil is still warm, but the air is getting cool. So your lawn gets the most nutrients in the best combination of temperatures. Feed and seed now with Scott's Turf Builder and build the best lawn for every season. Scott's, it's good out here.
At Firehouse Subs, we make our subs differently because our subs can make a difference. And now it's never been easier to grab our subs to go for you or your whole crew. With Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go, you can save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on our app. And we'll have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup at our designated to-go areas. No lines, no waiting. Just more big, bold, craveable subs that help save lives. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
By popular demand, Great Southern Homes now lists their coming soon communities online. Whether you're looking for a new home in your hometown, moving to a new town, or just want your pick of choice lots, this is the place to start. Great Southern Homes invites you to put the wow in your new home with options and upgrades. Live green, live smart in your new green smart home. Show your style and personalize your new home with options and upgrades from Great Southern Homes. Find your dream home today, GreatSouthernHomes.com.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
iHeart playlists are how you create a mood. Hopefully a good one. Whether it's a morning workout or late night chill, it's totally free to create and edit unlimited playlists on the free iHeart app. Just name your playlist, search the song you want, and add it. Boom, you're in. So go ahead, add Foo Fighters to your workout playlist, Imagine Dragons to your traffic playlist, or go nuts and make a Green Day greatest hits playlist. You can even add songs while listening to live radio. Create free playlists. Only on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
There are many sounds in your day-to-day life. There are sounds that wake you up. Sounds that make you smile. Sounds that energize you. And sounds that help you relax. But there are some sounds that can alert you to danger and can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you information about severe weather events, Amber Alerts, or other emergencies in your area. With critical information from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know, wherever you are. For more information, visit ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Fox Sports Radio 1400. Online at foxsportsradio1400.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeart radio station.
Again, coming up on the program, William Qualkenbush. It is the show that shakes the Southland. Go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe today. Not only do we have the show up and rerunning of the show over there, great clips of the program, we're now putting in also the Clemson post game and the Clemson interview stuff as well, which is also still going to be on ClemsonSportsTalk.com. So we'll hear from Tony Elliott in a little bit. I do feel like just kind of watching, and I mentioned I went back and tortured myself through every Clemson snap again. Just 49 of them on the day, and really just, 6 in the third quarter where Clemson had 2 3-and-outs. And that I think is a compounding issue. The other thing I noticed, like, let's say you've got a formation, any formation. It really doesn't matter to me. Just pose this question to yourself. What is the point of putting a player in motion? What is the point of motioning, whether it's a tight end across the formation, a wide receiver across the formation, back out of the backfield? Like, what in your mind is the point of motion? All right, so I probably agree with you. It's for you to have an ability to perhaps identify what type of defense your opponent might be in. It just clues you in a little bit to what you might be looking at. And if you go back and watch the 49 plays, how few times Clemson does anything to motion anybody or even present the look of motion. I mean, that is one of the things to me that made it feel so stagnant. Clemson goes to the line of scrimmage. They snap the ball. Rarely did you get a man moving across the formation, creating some type of movement on the back end of the defense to enlighten you a little bit into what kind of look they were giving you. The other thing, like I don't mind having some creativity where you flank DJ Uyunglele out and snap the ball to Will Taylor. But at the point in the ball game when Clemson did that, your offense has been sputtering. And look, I know you can say, hey, that's going to spark things. That to me is a play that you run when you've hit on 2 or 3 or 4 really good plays, and now you're feeling confident. Now you got a little tempo going. Now you got a little momentum. Now you run that play. If it works out well, great. If it doesn't work out, you didn't stymie any progress. And Clemson, I believe that was in the third quarter, ran that play on the second possession, which was another 3 and out on second down and long. It's like 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11. I mean, if you're going to do something there, in my opinion, if you're going to do something there and you're going to involve Will Taylor, then get funky with it. Like if you're actually going to do something there, don't just run zone read. Maybe have Taylor a pre-planned play where he's going to pull the ball. It looked like he could have pulled it, maybe. But he's going to pull the ball. Now, the assumption is going to be they're not going to let this kid throw the football. And then if a defender bites up like a linebacker or somebody comes off of a tight end, dump the ball to him, call it a day. Like that to me, if you're going to run that, do it with a level of creativity. To me, what Clemson did was essentially line up and run a play that we'd seen a few times this season. And if you're NC State and you know when Will Taylor and Will Shipley are side by side in the formation that it's going to be that zone read look, ta-da. Like if you're going to run it, either run it when things are going really well on a drive and you got some momentum, you're kind of feeling yourself in terms of the tempo and the control of the game. You don't run that in that scenario. That's a terrible play call. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about. We've got a lot of messages to get to as well. In hour 2, the Honey King of the Upstate, Kyle Hooten in the house. Hooten's Honey House. Tim Spire says hello from Rossville, Georgia. Well, Tim, hello from Normalsville, USA, or Normalville, USA. Anthony says, Swanee, the big question now is the Clemson dynasty over? Honestly, Anthony, I don't think so. And we can get into a debate about that in hour number 2. Larry makes a great point. He says, Swanee, it just baffles me how this total meltdown happens to the whole team. Well, it's not the defense, Larry. So half of the team. I mean, the offensive line, obviously, they've got some injuries. That's one. It feels like they've missed on some recruits on that offensive line at this point. And it does feel like things are stagnant offensively from a play calling perspective. That to me is key. Like, it's easy to say, well, you had Deshaun Watson, and that's why you won. And it's easy to say, well, you had Trevor Lawrence, and that's why you won. This staff with Jeff Scott led Kelly Bryant and the Clemson Tigers to the college football playoff as the number 1 seed. And you can't tell me Kelly Bryant's a better quarterback than DJ Uiagalelei. Corey says, I'm surprised the name of the show today isn't archaic. He said, I got to say, I felt that way when RG3 said it during the broadcast. RG3 was not picking up what Tony Elliott was putting down offensively. He was not digging that action at all. Dabo Swinney, you heard his comments on Tony Elliott. We'll hear some from Tony Elliott coming up in hour number 2. But first, William Qualkenbush, Qualk Talk on Twitter. He joins the program to give us his thoughts, and we'll find out what folks in the upstate have been saying since Saturday's loss to the Wolfpack in Raleigh. We'll hit a break. Stay with us. Hour 2, flip side.
Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan on Columbia's home for sports. Fox Sports Radio 1400. Now, Columbia's most dependable traffic, sponsored by Pope Davis Tire and Automotive, home of the best tire prices in
All
Columbia.
right, everybody
Guaranteed.
watching, we're
Fox
going
Sports Radio 1400
to drop
traffic.
off here
An accident on Percival at
and
I-77.
come back
Also, a wreck on Ohio
on
Street
the
at
flip
Whitney
side here
Street.
shortly.
If you're stuck,
All
use
right.
the 103.5 FM WVOC
We'll come
traffic
back with a
tip
new
line,
feed.
343-1055.
Make sure you go to our
This report
Make sure you
is
go
sponsored
over
by
to
South
our
Carolina Education
YouTube
Lottery.
channel.
Check out $1 Million Bonus Match, the new
And
$10
subscribe.
scratch off with a top prize of $1 million. But wait, there's more. Enter any non-winning
All right, I'll be
tickets
back
into the
shortly.
second chance promotion for another chance to win $1 million. See SCEducationLottery.com for game odds and details.
Hi, I'm Pat Struby, and I host the show Save Your Retirement each Saturday here on WVOC. One concern my clients have is what to do about Medicare. In my experience, what most people want is a trusted advisor who can show them their Medicare options. My friend Tim Hanberry understands the ins and outs of Medicare and is the author of a book called Medicare Blueprint. Tim walks you through the entire process, from helping you sign up with Medicare, picking the right plan, and then making sure you have your ID cards. He has done this for my clients, and I recommend him to you. So if it's your time for Medicare, call us at 803-9-RETIRE and set up a time to speak with him. He'll listen to your individual circumstances and then give you the kind of straightforward advice you're looking for. Make this easy on yourself. Go to MedicareBlueprint.com or call 803-9-RETIRE to set up an appointment.
Tim Hanberry is an independent agent. Pat Struby is not compensated by Tim. Neither Pat nor Tim are affiliated with Medicare, the U.S. government, or any governmental agency.
Hey guys, Lawton Swan here. I was hanging out in the backyard with my son Mason a couple of years ago, and he said, Dad, you're the best father ever. When I asked him why, he said, because when I go outside to play, I don't get eaten up by the bugs anymore. Imagine that, me, a hero, when all I did was call my good buddy Trey Powell at Mosquito Joe. With their routine service plan, no more bugs and no more bites. Make yourself the family hero. Call Mosquito Joe today, 803-223-7916. That's 803-223-7916. Outside is fun again.
Movement is always driving us forward, whether it's on the track, the court, or on the field. Every move we make and every mile marker we pass leads us to find out